Hello, Ultra Racing fans, and welcome to Ultra Racing Network's coverage of the 2014 Silver State 508 from Reno, Nevada. I'm your host, Jarek Wilhelmsen. Well, we've got racers from over a dozen states and a half a dozen countries who have come here to Northern Nevada to duke it out in one of the world's premier ultra cycling events. So let's check it out. This is the 31st anniversary of the race in its fourth iteration. Now, what exactly does that mean? Well, let's dive into the history a little bit. The race was first started in 1983 by the godfather of ultra cycling, John Marino. It was known as the John Marino Open and was created as a qualifier for the Race Across America.
The race has been going on for 31 years, and I got involved 30 years ago in its first iteration. It was a 102-mile loop down in Hemet in Southern California, and the riders did 7 laps, so 714 miles. Then that race was held for 3 years, and then it moved to Arizona. Then it became a 540-mile race that went from Flagstaff to Tucson and back. And that race was held for 4 years, and I also raced one of those in 1986 when I was 19. Then after 4 years looking for a quieter route, the race was moved to Southern California, and it was the route from Santa Clarita to Death Valley to 29 Palms. And that's the route that we've had for 25 years, so 1989 through last year. And so when people say the 508, that's generally what they've thought about, is that route through Furnace Creek, through Death Valley. But that was actually the third iteration of this event. Now it's 2014, and we're at Silver State 508, and so all of that history and tradition and lore and mystique has moved to Northern Nevada, to the outback of Northern Nevada, and so here we are in Reno, and it's a whole new thing. So it's the 31st anniversary, and it's also a brand new race at the same time.
Let's take a look at the route. This year's route is exactly 510.4 miles and has 20,000 feet of elevation gain and loss. It travels east out of Reno into the center of Nevada along Highway 50, which is known as the loneliest highway in America. On their way to Time Station 1, riders will experience a 2,000-foot climb to Geiger Summit. From there, it continues east and will encounter only 5 towns along the route: Virginia City, Silver Springs, Fallon, Austin, and finally Eureka, where the riders will turn around and head back to Reno.
But I also think people are going to love the out and back format, because they'll be able to see people going the other direction, whether it's friends or foes. They'll know where those people are. They'll get to see them. And then when it's all said and done, they come back here to where we started. We're not finishing way off somewhere else, and it just makes it a lot easier for everyone. So it's going to be very competitive, and I'm super excited to see how it all unfolds this first time.
Now, today, the day before the race, is often called Stage 0, where riders do their pre-race activities. And that all begins with check-in. This year, it's on the sky bridge of our host hotel, the Atlantis Casino Resort. Here, racers check in with officials. They also get their race portraits, and they collect their goodie bags. There's also an opportunity to check out race merchandise. Also at registration, racers were able to learn a little bit more about nutrition from experts like registered dietitian Matt Rusigno, who's also a 5-time finisher of the 508, and he explains the benefits of a plant-based diet.
The biggest benefit then is, in addition, is eating more fruits and vegetables and eating more whole foods and getting that recovery, which is the anecdotal evidence from athletes to say they recover a lot faster.
One thing that's unique about the 508 is totems. According to race director Chris Kosman, numbers are boring and impersonal, and that's why the Silver State 508 uses animal totems. And they are important. They're used to identify racers to race officials and time station staff. And just like race numbers, they need to be prominently displayed on all 4 sides of the rider's support vehicle. So what is a totem? A totem is a specific animal, and every racer or team has their specific totem.
People can request a totem, or if they don't, I'll assign one. But no totem is official until I perform a special spiritual ablution exercise where I officially, transfer that totem onto that person. But then it doesn't become permanent until they finish the race. So if you enter the race and you drop out, it's not your totem. You have to actually finish. So, then for a lot of people, it becomes part of their whole identity. Even just talking here, there'll be people talking one another, hey Poodoo, hey this, hey that, and they don't even know the person's legal first name. Sometimes I forget.
My totem is Rock Rabbit. Originally, I was going to be Pika, which is a cool marmot-like high-altitude rodent, and it's has an alternative name, Rock Rabbit, which I thought sounded better. So I just went with that.
And finally, we wrap it up with the pre-race meeting. It's almost like a family reunion. Racers and crews get to see their old friends, and some of whom they haven't seen since, well, the last race. And they get the official spiel from Chief Adventure Officer and Race Director Chris Kosman. At the meeting, we also had an induction into the 508 Hall of Fame. Racers who have done the race 5 times, and a couple dedicated cyclists who have done it 10. So there you go, folks. We are ready to get started. And the racers, well, they just want to get on their bikes. So we'll see you bright and early in the morning at the starting line. Now, if you'd like to find out more information about the 508, check out the official website at www.the508.com. And make sure to follow us on social media. On Facebook, you can find us at Ultra Racing Network. On Twitter, it's at Ultra Race Reports. And check out our website at www.ultraracingnetwork.com. Well, there you go, folks. That was the first episode of the Ultra Race Report for the 2014 Silver State 508. Make sure to check back for more coverage, and we'll see you out there.